Hi everybody, welcome to today's video. And in the animation prompt, today we're going to be creating the first animation prompt, and it's going to be creating a bouncing ball in place. And this should be very easy. It's on the lower beginner end, and it's supposed to be our first prompt. And what's going to happen, we're going to create an animation in place. The ball is going to be bouncing in place, and so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna kind of draw a floor plane here. So I'm gonna jump right to it. This is supposed to be the easiest exercise of all the exercises, the animation prompts that we're gonna be doing. So what's gonna happen, I'm gonna go ahead and draw the floor plane here, and I'm gonna go ahead and fill it in. So I just put my ruler over there and drew a line, and I filled it in to create a floor plane on which our ball is going to be bouncing. And what's going to happen, I'm going to go ahead and create another layer on top of that. So I'm going to go ahead and create, the floor plane is going to be on its own layer. I'm going to create a layer that I'm going to call the ball layer. So I'm going to say ball, update, and I'm going to call this layer the floor plane. The floor. Oh, nope. Clean that up. Floor. And so what's gonna happen now is I have two layers. I have the floor and I have the ball layer. And on the ball layer is where I am on layer number 2. I'm gonna go ahead and bring my pen, and I'm gonna choose a circle, and I'm going to go ahead and draw my first ball. So in this one, I told you guys it's going to be the easiest prompt ever. So we're going to be doing a lot of copying and pasting to make work easier. We're gonna draw one ball, and we're gonna keep copying it and pasting it over and over again, and it should be, let me make it perfectly circle. Yeah, that should be good. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw that one over there. And one thing I actually realized, because I went through this exercise a little bit before, I'm gonna make it white. I'm going to make my ball white. You know what's actually interesting? Let me keep it black. I'm not gonna draw that too much, and I'm not gonna fill it in yet because I want to see it more clear. And that's how you do it. So we're done with our first keyframe here, and I'm gonna go ahead and add another frame, but I'm gonna just copy that same frame and I'm gonna paste it on the next frame. And I'm gonna go ahead and bring the selection tool and select my ball and bring it down. So I have a guide in the back. It's kind of showing me, and I'm gonna make it kind of like a weighted ball. So it's gonna go slow and then speed up while it falls down and then goes back up. And to do that, I'm gonna make the next frame a lot closer to the first frame, and I'm gonna paste again on the next frame. So now I have 3 frames, and now I'm starting to put some space in between these balls, and I'm gonna go ahead and paste again on the next frame. I'm gonna bring it down, make it go a lot lower than the 3rd frame, and on the next frame it's gonna be the final frame. So I'm gonna go ahead and paste front, and I'll bring this all the way down. But now to make it look good, we're going to squash and stretch. So the frame that hits the floor, it's gonna hit the floor first, and it's going to squash in the next one. So the next one, which is supposed to be frame number 6, we're going to squash our ball. So I'm going to go ahead and select our ball and squash it and stretch it. Not too much. That should be good. I'm going to try to make sure I position it in a way that it's in the center so it doesn't feel wonky while it squashes and stretches. So that looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And the next one is going to be stretching because it's going back up. If I can play what we have so far in the 6 frames, you can see the ball is falling on the ground. And I'm going to reverse this to go back up, but in only a few frames. So I have 6 frames. In about only 9 frames, I'll be done with this animation. So I'm going to go ahead and press forward. And now this one is supposed to be stretching to go up. We squashed already. Now we're going to stretch up a little bit, like so. Now we're starting to go back up. And we're going to paste one more. And now we're picking up our ball and taking it back up. And I'm going to make this one in about only 2 frames. Paste again. Take it up all the way. You know what's actually interesting? Let me make it 3 frames. So I'm going to create that over there. But I'm going to go back to this frame and bring it up a little bit more. So it bounces and goes back up. You can feel the impact of it going back up faster, like that. And so our animation is already done. You could see it's really satisfying. So what's going to happen is I'm going to go ahead and fill in these. So I'm going to go select my paint bucket and I'll fill in my balls now. What happens is I love doing this because when I am animating and it's just the outline, I see exactly what I'm supposed to be doing and then coloring them in afterwards. And that's interesting. But one thing that I've learned actually over some time that I actually like is to put the new FlipaClip feature on this, and it's the shines. It's the I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. So I'm going to go ahead and select on this ball layer, and I'm going to add this blend the glow effect. So I'm going to add a little bit of a glow effect, and I can choose a different color, but I'm going to leave it in with that. Oh, you know what? Let me make it actually white. I'm going to make my glow white a little bit like that. I don't know why, ever since they introduced this feature, I like using it now on everything. And the blending mode, I can make it lighten a little bit. Let me see what that looks like. Lighten. No, lighten is... I'm not going to make it lighten. I'm going to leave it normal. Normal blending mode. Let me leave it normal. But as I'm showing you guys, you can play around with all those, and it's really, really interesting, the effects that you can have. Look at how beautiful that looks. And that's it, guys. We've created a bouncing ball in place, and this is our first animation prompt. Tomorrow I'm going to come back with another prompt, which is going to be creating this ball but bouncing across the screen from left to right. But this was bouncing in place with a little bit of stretch and squash and stretch right there. And of course I added my final touch, which is supposed to be that glow effect, which is a new feature that FlipaClip has, and I love it. All right, thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I hope, if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you have subscribed, please let me know what you think in the comment section below. And I'm actually taking requests for animation. If you want to see me animate anything using FlipaClip, make it easy, break it down for you guys, you can put it in the comment section below. What would you want to see me animate? But for now, we're going to have these daily animation prompts on a daily basis, and we're going to try to go through them as fast as possible. It's supposed to be about 31 of them, so we're going to try to have at least one each day, which at one point some of them are going to stretch out because they're going to be a little bit more complicated, but as they go, we're going to try to make them at least in 1 or 2 days. Thank you so much for watching again. Bye-bye for now.